Hello everyone, myself Dhruv Marathi.
Myself, Abhishek Gupta.
Myself, Akshay Kumar Jain.
Myself, Rohit Jangid.
We, the student of Government Engineering College Ajmer, are here to present our major project report based on cross-domain face verification, matching ID document and self-portrait photograph. But before that, we want to thank our mentor Mrs. Salni ma'am and our coordinator Mr. Asintaji sir and Mr. Dilip Sisodia sir. Here is our overview of our major project report. Here are the table of contents, which includes introduction, overall descriptions, specific requirements, planning, conclusion and future work. Also, last but not the least, result and references. Introduction. Here we are going to provide all specifications and functionalities about the project. This document will mention the functionality, that is how the resulting application is supposed to perform, external interfaces which interact the user and perform attributes, that is if the application is portable, maintainable and design constraints imposed on it, such as implementation language, input specification and output expectation. Product definition. There are various scenarios where the actual camera image of a person need to be compared with his or her photo. For example, glued on a document, routine security check, access control, passport or driving license validation necessitate this type of check and verification. Also, before going forward, I would like to throw you an example for better understanding. Suppose we are in the bank and want to open our account. So for that we need to give some photos which would be in the form of selfies and a validate document such as Aadhaar card or any other such document. The bank manager or employee will validate this by using some software. In that scenario, our project may be handy because there may be a situation that the photo in the document may be from previous years or when the person or the user is in his younger age, and the current photo may be of his older age. So for in that software, the what the bank manager or employee needs, it will determine whether the face features extracted from the photos of both the document and the selfie are same or not, because there are certain features in human face which remains same throughout the throughout his age. Based on that, the bank employee or the manager can decide whether the account should be open or whether they have to ask the person, the user, to present some new document for the verification. This is the way our project can be handy in this situation. There are some advantages in the automation of such a facial image matching process for service efficiency and to preclude any subjectivity. Such a system can address two problems. First, determination of whether the document, example the passport, is forged or not. Second, to establish whether the passport bearer is actually presented in the photo or not. In the paper, we concentrate on the second task. At first glance, the problem looks like a classical face identification problem. However, the peculiarity of the problem is that the archival document photograph is typically made at quite a different time, sometimes by several years. Furthermore, hairstyle, expression and pose of the individual may all differ significantly. Cross-domain verification biometrics has been emerging as a new necessity. The purpose of our project. Since the cross-domain biometrics has been emerging as a new necessity which poses several additional challenges, including harsh illumination changes, noise, pose, variation and among others. In this, we explore approaches to cross-domain face verification comparing self-portrait photograph, selfies to ID document. We approach the problem with proper image photometric adjustment and data centralization techniques, along with deep learning methods to extract the most prominent features from the data, reducing the effect of domain shift in this problem.
So, scope of the project is that a new demand is emerging for facial recognition applications, mainly due to digital life such as financial institutions, face matching, and retrieval in forensic applications. Therefore, our solution will try to provide a tool for institutions to verify clients' current data and their provided documents. So data model and description of the project is that since no public database is available for the cross-domain problem of face verification using ID documents and selfie photographs, we created novel one. We have chosen the Aadhaar card as ID since it is a national document that follows a unique template and people often carry it with them. Given the defined setting, each user was responsible for taking their self-portrait and ID photographs, thus inserting an inherent variation. Due to ergonomics, users were only instructed to capture a selfie in portrait orientation using the front camera, and their ID document in landscape orientation with the main camera. With the collected database, we then after created force database so that we can provide database to our trained model on which it can perform training and followed by testing. Further, to improve our initial model performance, we collected more such data to our database. We took care that images were taken from a good quality camera.
Overall description of our project. So first we will try that how we does and what we does. So we try to investigate the face verification problem on a challenging cross-domain setup. Why this is cross-domain? First, because we are taking the real ID photo and real image photo. Because real ID photo are the portrait photo, which are and image photo are sensing photo. So this belong to cross-domain verification. So this is new demand that can be employed to many practical scenario nowadays, and problem that has not received attention from the many criteria. So the proposed method analyzes different approaches for image enhancement, normalization and combination, and for classification for final result. So what is our product perspective? So we explore different techniques to enhance the images, the image of illumination change and domain shift, and to extract feature from the pre-processed data using pre-trained convolutional neural network. These features were then normalized, combined, and used as input for different classifiers. Multiple pipeline combinations were tested, aiming at varying the influence on the final result and main factor that drive the process. So, what is the functionality of our project? So, we approach the problem with proper image photogrammetric adjustment and data standardization techniques, along with the deep learning method to extract the most features from the data and reduce the effect of domain shift in this problem. So, what our pipeline? So first we image face detect and crop. So for a more uniform description and to include the outer part of the ear, chin or hair, each side of the detect region of interest is expanded by 22%. The eye coordinate are used to perform a geometric normalization through the planar rotation in 0 degree angle. Finally, the face image are downsized to 2 to 4 into 2 to 4 pixels using bilinear interpolation. Then after cropping for face, we apply image enhancement. So one of the most popular method using effect due to problem domain shift along with the noise amplification. So to migrate such effect, we evaluate three algorithms: Retinex, automatic Retinex, or MRCP. So we apply automated Retinex because we found that there are why we apply automated retiness techniques? Because we apply all the three techniques with the original cropping image. So we find that automated retiness is quite useful in our project. So we apply automated retiness in our project. After that, feature extraction. So for feature extraction, we use VGG16 model. Why we choose that? Because VGG provide VGG is a pre-trained model which is already available. So it is a pre-trained. So we use to extract the feature from our image. So we can classify our image as true or false. So to extract complex features directly from the images, we apply this VGG16, or we computed some VGG face network. We apply some other classifier also. Feature combination. in feature combination, we apply feature combination for two images because when there are two images, first for the cropping of the face from ID and second from the original image. After that we combine, so we use element wise multiplication. There are also four, five methods available. We choose element wise multiplication because it gives best result for our project. After that, we apply classification. In classification, we fit the combination result and train the classification assume classifier. After that, assume classifier classify our model. In a simple scenario, there is a diagram which is describe our model. So there are first user selfie photo and another is ID photo. Both are given to our face cropping, which is CO2 library which crop the face and detect the face. After that, we apply automated readiness algorithm to image enhancement technique, which only apply on user ID photograph. After that, we extend the feature which is using BTC60 network. After that, we normalize because in a why we required feature normalization, because in the matrix there are a lot of data available in a continuous sense, so we want to discontinuous it in discrete values so our system can process this discrete value, so we use normalization from numpy library. After that, we combine using element wise multiplication. In element wise multiplication, both metrics are multiplied in dot product. After that, we feed data into classification SVM classifier, which classify our result as true or false.
Spoofing. Face recognition systems are now being used in many applications such as border crossing, bank, and mobile payment. The wide-scale development of facial recognition systems has attracted intensive attention to the reliability of face biometrics against spoof attacks, where a photo, a video, or a 3D mask of a genuine user's face can be used to gain illegitimate access to facilities and services. Several face anti-spoofing or liveness detection methods which determine at the time of capture where a face is live or spoof have been proposed, and here we intend to use some of them to make our model spoof-free. Those methods are described below. Local binary pattern, eye blink detection, CNN, that is convolutional neutral network. There are some classifications, drawbacks, and complexity of them. In classification, all have same characteristics of PA, but eye blink detection differ in 2D dynamic, whereas it also differs in input where it can't take a photo. All has same classification for user collaboration passive. Drawbacks. The first one for local binary pattern is low robustness, better against paper photographs, worse against screen attacks. For eye blink detection, it is easily trickles if holes are cut for the ear in the picture, easily tricked with videos or transformed images. For CNN, it will overfit on dataset. The time of complexity will depend on technique, requires average knowledge in the subject area, and is relatively quick to implement. It is for local binary pattern. For eye blink detection, it is implementation is easy and quick. For CNN, it is difficult to implement and requires significant time to develop, and there is no way to clearly explain its work. There are some more methods, which is challenge response, 3D camera, and light reflection. Below is the figure which describes the method we picked for our spoofing technique according to our system need. That include LVP, eye blink detection, CNN, active flash, challenge response, and 3D camera. Here we can see the most expensive is being the 3D camera.
Specific requirements. The specific requirements of our project are interface requirement. Interface is platform independent, so it will run on any operating system. As we build our system through Python programming language, It can run on Linux, Windows, Mac operating system. Hardware interface requirement. The cross-domain face verification system requires the camera. The camera requires necessary driver installed with the operating system. Functional requirement. Use case diagram. We can easily understand use case diagram to an example, like a customer wants to open bank account. First, customer provides their ID like Aadhaar card and self-portrait photograph to the bank employee. Bank employee use software program for detection, cropping, feature normalization and classification. Based on the result, bank employee inform the customer account is opened or newly document is required. Non-functional requirement. Non-functional requirement is requirement that specify criteria that can be used to judge the operation of a system rather than specific behavior. So, NFR for our project is specified below. Performance requirement. Clearer the image, more will be accuracy. Data should be in prescribed format. More recent, the photo present in the ID, quicker the process. Number of true data in the dataset increases so that there will be less biasing. Design constraint. False acceptance rate, false rejection rate, equal error rate, and half total error rate. The false acceptance rate is defined as the fraction of imposted trends incorrectly accepted by the system. That is, SB equal to SB plus TN. Conversely, the false rejection rate is the fraction of during individual wrongly rejected by the system. That is, FSR equal to Fn plus TP. A broadly used measure to summarize the performance of a system is the equal error rate, defined as the error rate at the threshold where FAR equal to FRR. Finally, another possible way to measure the performance is the total error rate, which also combines FAR plus F and FRR into a single measure, enabling the comparison of system. The measure is calculated at a given threshold and is defined ATER equal to FAR plus FRR equal to 2.
So planning contains team structure and expense estimation. So in team structure, you can see that one person lead the team and 1 to 2 person were programmer and 1 to 2 person did the job of data analyst and manager. And expense estimation. So as our data set for our project it was not available, therefore to collect our data set, a scanner was used and for this 10,000 rupees was conducted. And the second is image capturing device was used for collecting inputs, 3,000 for that, and traveling allowances, so 2,000 for that. And next, the process model can be seen in use case diagram, where the selfie or the photograph was given for face detection and cropping, and the ID document was also given for face detection and cropping. So the ID document then goes through image enhancement for enhancing the image, and then it passes through BGG model to extract the features of model, and then we normalize it using NumPy. So after normalizing both the features of both the images, we combine them and we pass it through SVM classification to see that both the images match or not.
So result of our project is our optimization approach yields the following pipeline: image enhancement with ACE, feature extracted from CNN, BGG, value with linear assume classifier. So in our project we use SVC classifier as kernel RBF, and we use KJ size 200 and coefficient 0 or gamma auto depicted. So some results are given that we predict some combination for our product. So it will yield the result 0 as a false and 1 as a true. After before our when we have less data, then our accuracy was 71%. When we increase our data sets, then our accuracy is also increased up to 86%. When we more collect data and more train our SVM classifier, then this will accuracy also increase. or for accuracy we apply two techniques. In both techniques we get the same accuracy. So for that in combination we use element wise multiplication in technique first, or in technique second we use subtraction multiplication. Both give the same accuracy. Here is the result comparison graph. When we use less data, then the accuracy is 71%. When we collect more data, then in accuracy in technique first, then we use element as a multiplication, then accuracy was 86%. In technique two, when we use abstract element wise addition or subtraction, both yield the same results. So we choose the element wise multiplication because it gives the more specific requirement to our project estimate classifier.
So result example, these are some of the positive results and these are some of the negative results. So dataset collection. Previously we had 30 dataset of different individuals containing their respective ID and selfies. After we added more 40 plus such datasets to our data collection. So now in total we have 70 plus datasets.
Finally, our conclusion and future work. After performing experiments, interesting results were found and represent the main contribution of our project. First of all, under cross-domain condition, image enhancement methods can improve results. Second, applying CNN-based transfer learning approaches to extract features should explore the interest of network of interest, as different layers and activation can make statistically significant improvement, especially when dealing with cross-domain setups. The earlier layer in the network may provide more general features than those specialized ones of the very last layers of the network. Third, the same reason also applies to feature normalization. Considering that all analyzed methods had superior performance than the lack of normalization, when assessing features from diverse domains, it is expected that they have different magnitudes and hence tackling such difference is a valid concern. Finally, different feature combination and classification techniques were evaluated, but in a problem they did not improve the results, which was seen in our result where the last two techniques have same accuracy. Given all the different combinations that we were tested, we achieved promising result, which represent a considerable starting point for us and also to the researcher interested in authenticating people under a cross-domain setup. Future work includes performing a grid research for of the complete pipeline instead of optimizing each step greedy-wise. This could also include the independent optimization of for ID and selfie images, rather than sharing the same image enhancement feature layer and feature normalization method. Greatly increasing the dataset is mandatory to better evaluate the proposed pipelines and to train more accurate classifiers. In terms of CNNs, fine-tuning the weight in a pre-trained network is worth investing and exploring other architectures.
References of our project is first cross-domain face verification, making ID document and self-portrait photograph. Merit evaluated 16 pipeline combination, generating a total of 16,000 models. Demerit a grid search of the complete pipeline instead of optimizing each step greedy-wise and needs a large amount of data or smarter optimization approaches. Second, matching of faces in camera images and document photographs. Its merit perform satisfactorily in adverse condition of different of export illumination and contrast level and phase pose. Its demerit accuracy of about 91% can be improved if additional features are considered and the running time speeded up by querying the wrapping space more efficiently. Third, DocFace plus ID document selfie matching. Its merit an alternative optimization method called dynamic weight imprinting is proposed and system generalization will. Demerit. There is a converted set with an accuracy of 86%. Fourth, face spoofs attack recognition using discriminative image patches. Its merit. Proposed seven novel methods to find discriminative image patches which define as regions that are silent in structure and class specific. Demerit. A more novel technique for attaining discriminative image patches and inclusion of temporal information in proposed method for higher security application should be devised.
It is the working model of our cross-domain face verification. So first we import the required library like NumPy, sklearn, Matplotlib. All these we import in our first step. After that we create our VGG16 model. In VGG we import weights from VGG16 which are already pre-trained model. After that we compile and print our model summary. After that we plot our model. In plot model we describe what is the input of our model, what is the output of our model, and what is the feature of each layer and how many layers are available in our model. After we mount our Google Drive, because we store all the data in Google Drive, there all the data in automated Retinix format in cross selfie format. After that, we move to load our data. So firstly, we check that Google Drive is perfectly mounted or not. So that we use drive.mount. After that, we load our data. So check it. Then we move on our processing of the data. So firstly we move to data. So for that we use to data to process. So we loop through go through the data process and we read the automated Retinix image and cross selfie image. Then we normalize it and we apply to VGG16 model which predict. Then we combine the model and store in the data and label list. In data list, the combination result are stored, and in label, what is the true or false? In a one, if it is one, then it is true. Matlab means matched, not matched. Yeah, false, rejected. So we process our all the data in and label list. Here we all the represent our all the data and label. In data, all false and true images are stored. In label, only true or false number are stored. In label, 1 for true number and 0 for false number. After that, we convert this into array using NumPy library. After we split this data set into our train set and test set. After that, in our train set, we apply SVC, support vector classification algorithm, and we fit this algorithm to our training data. And after that training, we test our data that how our model accurate. So we check the accuracy for our project, which gives a 93% accuracy for our data set.
Now we can see the running of our working model through this program. In that we can see the output are these. First, these are the examples of our positive results. As we can see, both are the image of same person. First one being distorted due to being old. So we apply our model. As we can see the positive result. Here one represents the positive result. The second example also depicts the positive ripple, and here we can see the document image is of a person in his younger age. So a normal person can have difficulty in recognizing it, but our model is very accurate in recognizing that both are same person. But there are some limitations due to our limited data set. We can't verify the third example, as we can say both are same image, but due to the poor quality of the document image, it is not able to identify the person, hence it gives the negative result. Hence, we conclude our project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.